Ahoy my friends, Ryder here and welcome back to another Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis video. Today I'm going to be showing you guys a overview for the Crash co-op fight for Eligor, and I'm going to be showing you guys the Aerith build that I put together for doing this. I'm going to be showing you guys a clear of this fight later on with J.M.S and Meades, two players from my guild, amazing players. Thank you guys are both freaking awesome. So that being said, I'm going to take you guys over to my Aerith right here, and we are just going to slowly go through exactly how I built this character and essentially what you need to know in order to do this fight. Now, depending on who you guys have, if you guys have a very strong ice DPS and a very strong tank, then the healer is definitely going to have an easier time. But I would say that you're definitely going to want to shoot for at least 4k healing, especially if the tank is not as strong. I got lucky. Meades is an absolute savage, so it was definitely a lot easier on my behalf right here. Now, for Aerith right here, guys, we're going to go in and we're going to take a look at her build right here. Alright, so let's take a look at her stats. So I am running the Bahamut costume right here, Breath of the Earth, level 5, because the boss can debuff the magic defense. So you can use it, although in our fight you'll see that we didn't even get to that point. We were just like taking it out so freaking quick. We have the Commodore wand right here in the main hand. Now, in my original video, you'll see that I actually made a mistake. I had the Healing Asuna Silence in the 3rd slot, which essentially removed my capacity for an AoE heal. We were still able to win the fight, but this is the more setup that you guys are going to want to be going for. So I have the Silence here just in case the Provoke falls off at one point in time in the fight and the healer gets silenced, right? So other than that, we have the 20% single target healing boost Cura right here, and then the heal all Cura, right, which we will be using both of them. We'll be using, you know, the single target one for the tank, and then just when you take AoE hits, we'll be using this one right here. I didn't have access to a heal all Cura in the fight, which you guys will see, but we were still able to pull off the fight. Now in the second hand, we're going to be running the Terra's Rod right here. You know, if you don't have it at OB6, it's still usable. It's just going to be a little bit harder because in this fight, we'll be doing a lot of healing. So it can be sometimes hard to fit in the Imperil. I don't even think I do the Imperil until like 3 or 4 moves into the fight, actually. And I'm using the Aerith ultimate weapon right here, the ultimate guard stick. I don't have the Princess Guard. I'm just going to cry myself to sleep over that because I really wanted that weapon so freaking bad. And it did not come my way, ladies and gentlemen. It did not come my way. All right, so as for her stats right here, guys, so we have the Healing Asuna Silence, the Cura, and the 5-star Cura, all of them with heal stat sticks on them, or as much healing potency as we can get. For the sub-weapons, I have Centipede here for the healing buff duration. We have a magic defense up all weapon and a guard stick here. So I really needed to hit that 4200 heal slot, so I put in 2 healing weapons. You know, some people, you're going to have to use 2. Others, you're stronger than me, you're only going to have to use 1. If you only need 1 healing sub-weapon, you're going to want to put in either a physical attack all weapon, like the Bahamut Greatsword, or depending on your ice DPS, if they're magic, then you would want to use a magic attack all stat stick, right, or a sub weapon. Now for her power, we have 193k power, HP 18.2k, right? Her physical defense is 178, magic defense 227, and her healing is above 4,000 at 4,200. So this is going to be essentially the main build that you want to do. You can run Angeal, although I find that, you know, for example, there's a player named Janelle. She put out a video building a free-to-play Angeal to take out the Eligor Crash, right? And I actually pulled on the Angeal banner, and I can't get my Angeal as tough as hers. So, like, it just depends if you're going to be able to make that tank tanky enough to do this fight. But I would say that for most players, probably running Aerith will be the easiest option for going into that fight. So yeah, that being said, guys, I'm going to take a look at the team with J.M.S and Meades for this fight, and then we'll be showing you guys a full clear of the battle itself. Let's get into it. Alright guys, so here we are going into the Eligor co-op Crash fight. This is going to be the team setup that we are using today. Just want to give a special shout out and thank you to J.M.S and Meades for joining me on this Crash. Honestly, they were pretty much carrying me pretty hard, but it is what it is. So as you can see, we have our Cloud Ice DPS, we have our our super tank Angeal here in the middle, and we have little old Aerith here on the side, which I will be playing. I will say that I did make a mistake in this build, which I'm going to show you guys here today. You do want a silence, even though Angeal is going to be provoking the boss, just in case the provoke falls off and the silence goes. But what I should have done is put the silence right here in the first materia slot, and then slotted a Cura here in the last slot. So in this fight, it's actually a little bit tougher because I don't have an AoE heal, but that was entirely my fault, and you guys will learn from my mistakes and hopefully get through this fight here today. So that being said, let's get into the actual fight itself. Alright guys, so here we are going into the Eligor Crash co-op fight. Alright, at the beginning the boss is going to cast Doom, and I am going to hit the party with Spiritual Harmony right here, guys, alright? Okay, essentially throughout this fight I'm just trying to keep Meades alive. Alright, so the boss is going to go into his first Javelin Bolts right here. Alright, here we go. J.R.O. trying to bring him back from that, but I'm going to focus Meades. Even if your DPS takes damage right there, the next attacks are all going to go on the tank, so it's going to be alright. Alright, so here we go. I'm actually going to switch over and do... I think I got a little confused right there. Yeah, I'm going to cure Meades right there. It's important to keep the tank as much alive as possible, so I'm going to actually opt to do the Imperil as my third attack. But once I get the Imperil off, essentially at that point, I'm just trying to get everyone back up to full. So I'm going to use the ultimate right here. All right. And then I should be able to use one, I think, Cura on J.R.O. right here just to get him back up into full HP. And basically from this point in time in the fight, I'm just trying to keep the magic defense up on the team, and I'm just trying to make sure that Meades stays alive long enough for J.R.O. to do enough damage to take out this boss. You'll see that as soon as J.R.O. gets enough to use his summon, he's going to use it essentially immediately to take down these adds right here. But for the healer, it's not a complicated beta for this fight. You can see I'm just using Spiritual Harmony when the HP's high, making sure the Imperil is up, blocking the boss's attacks right here. So here comes his Piercing Storm right here. Alright, there you go. And essentially I'm just going to focus on curing Meades back up to full HP right here. This was actually kind of a close fight later on because I didn't put that Cure All in the third slot. Alright, so here comes that Diamond Dust, like what I was saying earlier, so that we can take out the adds. It's also going to do a huge chunk of HP to Eligor's health right there. Alright, here we go. Going to cast Spiritual Harmony again. I believe Meades has a... Yeah, he lost the magic defense buff. Alright, here we go. He's getting low on HP right here, and luckily he saves us right here by doing his Limit Break interrupt on the boss right there. Absolutely clutch, super, super important move that he just did. We would have lost the fight if it weren't for that. Alright, and he's still down right here. I believe I'm going to interrupt this next Twin Javelins with my own Breath of the Earth, which is going to essentially keep us in the fight as well. And now the boss is within 1 to 2 hits, and the game is going to be over right here in a second. All right, I'm holding the block right here to reduce the damage on Meades, but it didn't matter. J.R.O. came through in the end, and we were able to take it out. Now, if you guys have any questions regarding this fight, come join our Discord. Like I said in all my videos, the link to join is in the description of all the videos. If you guys are looking to get cleared, you know, there are multiple ways to do it, whether you play Angeal or Aerith. I would say Aerith is probably more accessible for this fight than Angeal. But yeah, that being said, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you did, please don't forget to drop a like, subscribe to the channel for more Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis content. I will catch you guys on the next one. Peace.